Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mikey Max. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, blessed day today. Getting ready for the holidays, getting ready to open your Christmas presents and have all your family together for your Merry Christmas and your happy holidays and your New Year. I hope all is well. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a second since I posted a video. I'm trying to be more consistent with this whole thing since I kind of just started, but I actually was inspired to make this because of what I was going through during my absence from making videos, and it has to do with the topic of ruts. And I came up with 5 easy steps on how to get out of a rut. So if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about exactly when I say a rut is basically like a period in time in your life where things just feel like they're going south. Like you just can't seem to find yourself into any positive habits, or you seem to find yourself in a negative loop or cycle. And maybe a lot of you don't know where to start to break that cycle and actually get back on track to following your goals and ultimately become the person who you want to be, because that's the whole goal of my channel and of everything I'm really trying to tell you guys. So I broke this down into 5 easy ways that you can get out of a negative cycle or a rut. And when I say easy, guys, I mean these are anybody and their mom could do these 5 steps. And these are what helps me, I've noticed, for when I'm getting into those points where I feel a lot of negativity toward myself, maybe toward the world, and I want to figure out any ways that I can get out of those situations. So without further ado, I will stop talking. Well, no, I'll continue to talk, but we will hop right into it. So number 1, we have recognition. Hopefully you guys can see this and not just my face, and you're actually able to read what's on the board. Recognition. So the first way to get out of a bad cycle or a negative loop where you're waking up every day feeling like shit is going to be recognizing and realizing that you are in a bad place. So one of the most important, I'm a firm believer that one of the most important aspects of character development that you can build as an individual is going to be self-awareness. Self-awareness is key, because without self-awareness, you're kind of just floating along in life and you don't really pay attention to what you're doing without self-awareness. So if you have the self-awareness to realize that you are in a negative cycle, you're already 50% of the way there to breaking the cycle. Because if you have a problem but don't see the problem, how are you going to find a solution? So by recognizing that you are in a negative loop or cycle, that is the first step to actually being able to break it. So telling yourself, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling the best right now. Paying attention to how you're feeling. Taking note of how your emotions are fluctuating. That's a perfect way to recognize if you are in a negative cycle or a rut, as I like to say. So that's the first step. Okay, we realize that we are in a negative loop. We're in a negative cycle. So what do we do to break that? That's going to lead me to my second point. Number 2 is break the chain of negativity. So I'm a firm believer that any negative action that you take is going to lead to more possible negative actions or negative outcomes, and vice versa for positives. So if you're a person who does something positive or says something positive to someone, it's most likely going to lead you to do more positivity or positive actions throughout the day. Whereas if you are a negative person, it is going to have the opposite effect. So if you're in a rut, that is going to be a negative cycle. Maybe that's eating junk food, staying up really late, constantly on social media, being jealous of other people, having issues in your relationship. Anything like that is considered a negative loop or cycle that you could find yourself in. And these things can spiral down, leading to worse and worse and worse and worse activities or actions, and make you feel worse about yourself to the point where you're eating yourself up quite literally from the inside out. But the same can also be true for positive actions. So what you need to do is understand that you're recognizing that you're in a rut or a negative cycle. Now you're going to break the chain of negativity. Now how do you do that? You break it by doing something really positive. So once you recognize that you're in that negative loop, you get up and you do something about it. Maybe that's working out. Maybe that's apologizing to someone. Maybe that's giving someone a genuine compliment. Maybe that's doing something at work or giving yourself some sort of spark. It can be something little that just gives you that little spark of inspiration and motivation to change things around and move on to something more positive. And once you do something positive, you are more likely to follow it on with more positivity. An example would be, I got a good amount of sleep last night. I wake up, I'm feeling more energized, which means I'm more likely to have a better morning routine now. I'm more likely to look forward to my day with positivity as opposed to negativity. It's quite that simple. So we have recognition, understanding that we are in a negative loop. We have breaking the chain of negativity. So we've broken the chain of negativity. However, it doesn't end there. Because in step 3, without a solid routine in your life, you're just going to go right back to where you were before with the negativity. So, solid routines are very important, obviously. I believe that morning routines are crucial for having just a better grasp on your day, to take charge of your life, and routines can actually help you in breaking out of ruts and negative cycles, because if you have a set routine that's filled with positivity, you're less likely to fall into those negative habits, and you're more likely to naturally fall into those good habits, which is going to lead you to more positivity and was going to help you grow a lot more as a person. So whether this be a morning routine, a nighttime routine that helps you kind of wind down for the day, turning off your phone or social media so that you can get a better night's sleep, or eating healthy and making sure you're not staying up too late, playing video games, whatnot. That's very important, because once you have these 3 steps in place, you pretty much already gotten out of the rut right there. So 1, 2, 3, we recognize that we're in a bad cycle. We break the chain of negativity by doing something positive. And now we build a solid routine, which filling it with some activities that are going to be more positive and is going to be more fulfilling overall in the future. Number 4, this one is crucial. This is a key component that I like to focus on because it helps me, it goes hand in hand with you making a routine. This is called habit stacking. Some of you may have heard of habit stacking before, but I like to explain it in kind of a way like, when you do one habit, it's going to most likely lead you to another habit. So we talked about the chain of negativity and positivity earlier. When you do one habit, it's going to work in conjunction with something you do later on. An example would be, I just went to the gym, so I am more likely to have a healthy meal at the end of the day before I go to bed. Or, I just went for a run, so I'm going to come back and do yoga or stretching now. And since I did that stretching and I was really breathing and focusing on holding each stretch and letting my body recover, now that's going to lead me, maybe I'm going to meditate after that, because now I have no brain fog and I'm really focused and calm. That's what I've noticed for me when I stretch personally. And then after that, maybe I have a better night's sleep because I'm not on my phone or watching TV constantly or worrying about the news or what anyone else is doing in their lives, and I'm just centered within myself. So that would be an example of habit stacking. You are literally just putting one habit right after another one. So it can be, and you can tell yourself when you say these things out loud, you're more likely to do them. So an example would be, I am going to go to the gym first thing in the morning, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to get a shower, and then I'm going to make breakfast. That goes hand in hand with you building a solid routine. And each habit leads into the next habit of positivity. So I hope that makes sense. So we have the 4 steps. So we have recognizing that we are in a negative cycle. I know that shit is hitting the fan and not going the way I want it to. I am now breaking the chain of negativity by doing just one thing that can give me that little spark of positivity. Number 3, I'm building a solid routine so that I can maintain that spark and hopefully carry it on into more positivity throughout the day. And then number 4, we have habit stacking, so making sure I'm paying attention that the habits that I'm doing actually align with one another and that they make sense, because the more they make sense and the easier it is for me to do those habits, the more likely I'm going to keep doing them. Lastly, number 5, arguably the most important aspect of getting out of a rut and staying out of a rut or a negative cycle is going to be eliminate what caused the rut in the first place. So, When we talk about eliminating the things that are causing us negativity, zooming out, we are talking about what caused you to go into that place of negativity in the first place. So it can be anything, guys. It can be a situation that happened at work. It might have been something that's out of your control completely and made you feel a certain way that made you go toward those negative habits. Having self-awareness is so key, and knowing what got you in that place in that spot in the first place is going to help you tremendously on your self-improvement journey or just in life in general. So eliminating what caused in the first place. Maybe it is some sort of bad habit you're dealing with. Maybe it's an addiction to something. So an example would be if an alcoholic has alcohol all around their house, they're more likely to obviously drink it again. So an example of that could be getting rid of the alcohol that's in your house. That would be an example of eliminating whatever negative thing is holding you back in the first place. Or maybe it's a certain emotion that you're dealing with. So maybe it's a problem you've had with a coworker at work and you're not really getting along with them. So maybe it's having a conversation professionally one-on-one with them and trying to work through it. Maybe that's something that you can do to eliminate the negativity. Not eliminating your coworker necessarily, but you're eliminating the negativity associated with your coworker, and hopefully making a new friend in the process. So getting rid of whatever caused you that negativity in the first place is going to be key. So again, I'll run through these one more time. We have number one, we have recognition. So we're recognizing that we are in a negative loop. That's the first step. Whatever is causing you to feel this shame, what is it? And you're recognizing it's there. That's the first step to breaking it. Number two, breaking the chain of negativity. Do one thing and get that spark that's going to make you feel better, and it's going to lead you to more positivity. Number three, build a solid routine. So have some kind of routine in place that's with habits that are going to help you in order to maintain that cycle of positivity. And that also helps so you're not feeling lost throughout the day. Number four, habit stacking. So put habits together that make sense and genuinely work together. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. You know, if you're doing one habit, make sure it goes hand in hand with the next habit that you're going to be doing, because then you're more likely to keep doing it. And that's going to build onto the cycle of positivity. And then number five, lastly, again, eliminate whatever caused you that negative outlook on the first place. So maybe it's your sleep schedule, maybe it's something at work you need to fix. Whatever it is, find the solution in order to fix it. And other than that, those are some ways that I personally get out of negative loops or cycles, and very, very quickly. These steps are very easy, guys. They're not crazy. They're not like I'm not telling you to go do anything that's absolutely inhuman. But these can work very quickly and very effectively. You can find that if you are in a rut or a negative cycle, you can actually get out of it very quickly. It doesn't have to take weeks or months at a time for you to get out of a negative loop or feeling negative about yourself. You don't have to feel bad all the time, if that makes sense. So with that being said, that is all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy the content, make sure you go down below. I'm going to start linking my social medias down there as well. Make sure you subscribe and follow me along in the self-improvement journey. I'm trying to get better just as you are. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy holidays as well. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.